A reading from the letter of St. James. Where do these wars and battles between yourselves first start? Isn't it precisely in the desires fighting inside your own selves? You want something and you haven't got it, so you are prepared to kill. You have an ambition that you cannot satisfy, so you fight to get your way by force. Why you don't have what you want is because you don't pray for it. When you do pray and don't get it, it is because you have not prayed properly. You have prayed for something to indulge your own desires. You are as unfaithful as adulterous wives. Don't you realize that making the world your friend is making God your enemy? Anyone who chooses the world for his friend turns himself into God's enemy. Surely you don't think Scripture is wrong when it says, "The Spirit which he sent to live in us wants us for himself alone"? But he has been even more generous to us, as Scripture says. God opposes the proud, but he gives generously to the humble. Give in to God, then. Resist the devil, and he will run away from you. The nearer you go to God, the nearer he will come to you. Clean your hands, you sinners, and clear your minds, you waverers. Look at your wretched condition and weep for it in misery. Be miserable instead of laughing, gloomy instead of happy. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up. The Word of the Lord. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus and his disciples made their way through Galilee, and he did not want anyone to know, because he was instructing his disciples. He was telling them, "The Son of Man will be delivered into the hands of men. They will put him to death, and 3 days after he has been put to death he will rise again." But they did not understand what he said, and were afraid to ask him. They came to Capernaum, and when he was in the house he asked them, "What were you arguing about on the road?" They said nothing, because they had been arguing which of them was the greatest. So he sat down, called the 12 to him, and said, "If anyone wants to be first, he must make himself last of all, and servant of all." He then took a little child, set him in front of them, put his arms round him, and said to them, "Anyone who welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me, and anyone who welcomes me welcomes not me, but the one who sent me." The Gospel of the Lord.